Hey, hi. I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe Video Journal Diary for July 5th, 2025. So, you know what? Last night wasn't too bad with the fireworks. It was real quiet. You hear a little couple pops here and there, but not enough for the dogs to get too like, because we were all huddled. I couldn't get to sleep until I think like 1 o'clock, because and the reason why is because even though there were a couple of fireworks set up here and there, it was like not much, and then it went silent for a long time. And then all of a sudden, at like midnight, here come all the fireworks. Like, why? Why at that time? So then they got all scared and started huddling up, and then in about an hour it was done, and then that was it. Like, what's wrong with people? You know why they do that? It's because they're doing something illegal. If you can't freely do it at a nice, respectable time, you're probably doing something illegal. So that shows me how the neighborhood is a little bit. Also, but it was fine. It was fine. I got up late. I got up at like 10. I'm sure they were probably up earlier. I got up at like 10. So, and I've noticed from working out and doing all this stuff, like my night sleeps are really good and they're really strong because by the end of the day, I'm real tired. Yeah. And then, you know what? Something weird happened. You know, I talked about yesterday, all that stuff, right? But then when it came to like the end of the day and it was time to feed the dogs and everything, all of a sudden, all these movies started coming on. Like these weird, like, you know how when you go onto a channel and it suggests movies? And then I saw this movies and I was like, what? And then so I thought, let me see what this is. It was called a Stigmata, I guess. And then there was another movie after that. It was like movies in a row about, kind of like exorcism. Something was, what was it called? Dang. I can't remember the movies, but those movies trip me out. They trip me out. And then so, after that, it kind of got late. So I went to go and lay in bed and I was thinking about that. I was like, gosh, that's kind of some weird stuff on there. And then so like when I go to bed, I usually go to the room and I bring my phones because I don't have TV in there. I don't need it. I go to the room and I usually put on like some sort of history channel or ancient aliens or something like that, because within 5 minutes I'm out. You know what I mean? Like those kind of monotone or telling a story thing, usually puts me right out. But then as I was trying to find one, something popped up in the shorts. Yeah. And you guys know that I'll be reading them all and comparing Bibles and the Torah, the Buddhist stuff. Like I'm a total, I like to read anything esoteric, religion, whatever, right? Because, for me, even having all these books here, it don't matter like what they say. I have alchemy and mysticism books. It doesn't matter what they say, because in my house, in this house, even regardless of the Bibles, this is a house of God. This is a house that believes in the teachings of Jesus Christ. So I can get any book in here, even if somebody thinks, oh, that's a scary. No, because once it enters my doors, it is void from anything negative, because in this house, this is God's house. I am a servant of God. Period, point blank. That's it. So there's no harm that I worry about here. If some harm comes to me here for some reason or another, and I pass away or what, it's because God planned that as my time. And that's it, and that's all. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to do anything against it. Because in this house, God is supreme in my eyes. Okay? Just want to let everybody out there know that specifically. If you are not grateful, you will receive nothing. Okay? So anyways, when I went in there, I was scrolling to see which thing to watch, right? And all of a sudden, Gospel of Thomas shows up. Gospel of Thomas? I was like, is that something in the Bible? And so I was listening on because I don't remember that. And then it said, oh, no, it's not in the Bible. And I was like, oh. And I'm interested in a lot of stuff that's not in the Bible. Yes, I love to read stuff that was not in the Bible. Because the Bible was put together by a person who chose what he wanted to put in there. Okay? And during those times were sexist, times were they were bad. So only the person who put what's in the Bible there they just put what they believed. Kind of like what this guy in office is doing. He's trying to put the narrative in America because it's what he believes. And it's harsh, just like the Bible. This guy chose harsh things to put in the Bible, just like our president is doing harsh things to America. There you go. So I was like, let me listen to this. So I listened to it. And the most that they talk about when it comes to the Gospel of Thomas is the last quote or phrase, or however you want to put it. Everybody think that's a woke thing. It's not. And this morning, I actually went on the dog walk this morning because it was a short that I saw, and they showed the last part of the Gospel of Thomas, and everybody's like, oh, it's so terrible, sex change, and oh, that is not, people are not smart. People are not smart. Come on. So this morning, I went out and I played the Gospel of Thomas and listened to that as I did my walk. That stuff's easy to understand. That's easy to understand. Some stuff I missed it because the first part they say anyone who understands the meaning of this will go to the kingdom of heaven, blah, 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 right? Okay. So I was like, oh. So I felt like it's a test. So let me see if I can answer some of the questions. A lot of that stuff is easy to understand. Some of the stuff I missed because as they were saying the quote, I would say what it is. And then I would miss the second one after that. I was answering a lot of those questions, but I was answering out loud when I was walking. So as I was answering the next one they said and the next one they said, sometimes I missed those. So I'm going to go back and listen again. But every one that I heard and answered with logic seemed like it was okay. Because there's a lot of those quotes, or how do they call those? Passages, maybe? I don't know. So when it got to the end, because I listened to the whole thing, and then there came that one last passage at the end. And I heard it, and I was like, oh, there it is. I heard it. And I listened to it. And I was like, oh. And then I backed it up again, and I listened to it again. Like, I kept stopping on the walks to stop and listen again. And then I stopped it. And then I listened again. And then I stopped it. And then I listened again. You know what? I know what that's about. That passage has nothing to do with LGBTQ, sex change, trans, or anything. You know what the Gospel of Thomas is? The Gospel of Thomas is specifically for women. That's why it ended like that. It's for women to understand things, to teach them about think. That last passage in the Gospel of Thomas has nothing to do with sex change, has nothing to do with LGBTQ or switching a man to a woman to a man. No. God loved Mary. Why would he want to change her? Why would he want to change her physically? He loved her. I personally think that Mary was Jesus's companion, close companion. So what the last passage in the Gospel of Thomas is that Jesus wanted to teach Mary to stand up for herself like a man. Because women were just treated like trash in those days. They were controlled, they were abused, they were hurt. But a woman is God's greatest creation, and Jesus knew that. Why? Because we can give birth. Why would you hurt a person who could give birth? So men feared women. So I'm a straight woman. I'm not trying to talk like, oh, she's probably a lesbian. No, I am a straight woman. But I am smart, and I study, and I research, unlike a lot of other people out there. And that's what this is. Jesus knew he was going to die, so he was trying to instill words of strength to women. Stand strong like a man. So he wasn't going to switch her physically, he was going to switch her mentally to teach her that you are strong like a man. Stand up for yourself. That's what it's about. And people out there are like, oh, it's about sex change. No, come on. Dude, if Jesus believed in all that sex change stuff, don't you think we would have had stories about Jesus performing miracles, turning a man into a woman? No, it's not there anywhere. So people are thinking stupid things. Come on. Go back to school. Read more. Improve on your reading comprehension. That's what the problem is. People read it and they jump to conclusions. No, don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. It's about Jesus instilling strength in God's greatest creation, which is woman. Period, point blank. Women have been treated poorly our whole lives by society, by men, and Jesus did not like that. That is what the last passage in the book of Thomas is about. It's not a woke thing, it's a woman thing. And God loved women. So that's the conclusion I came up with. And you know what? Like, I totally went in there and I explained this to everybody because everybody is more thinking about the spiritual aspect, about within. Yeah, okay, I believe that too. I believe that God is within us. And yeah, I don't need to go to a church to speak to God. I am 100% with that. I talk to God every single day. I also, like the Bible said, you know, you praise God on the Sabbath day and this, that. So all these people going to church on Sunday, no, they are already breaking the rules of the Bible. You don't go, the day of praise is not Sunday. So anybody who goes to church on Sunday, if you are somebody who thinks, I'm going to go because I worship, we go every Sunday. You're not one of the ones going. Sorry. Anyways, I don't mean to laugh, but maybe you should think a little bit because you're not following the Bible if you're a strict Bible person. I mean, there's some common sense stuff in there. Why aren't you doing it? Okay. Y'all know I love to talk about the Bible stuff. So, and another thing is, so yeah, there's that, going to church on Saturday. Me, I'm a daily God, Jesus person. You know, I talk to God on the daily. I have books to do research. If I don't know something, I will look it up. I actually ordered, because I saw those movies. Because there's some contradictory stuff in there. So I ordered 2 books. They're esoteric books. I think I might go ahead and order the book of Thomas too. Because when you're hearing it online, it's going too fast. And then I don't want to download something on my phone, which I already did, which I'm going to go ahead and, or I don't know, maybe I should go ahead and, it might be cheaper. Maybe I'll just print it out at the library. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. That will be cheaper and easier. So maybe I'll just print it out at the library so I have it, so I can study it more. Because like I said, like I missed a lot of them because as they were reading some stuff, I was answering what it means out loud. right? And then I would miss the next few passages. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And I think I'm going to make a short. I think I'll make a short about that, and I'll just title it Book of Thomas. And then everybody will come and see, because it's so obvious, and we have too many women out there that don't understand. Women are strong. All right? And men, especially the men in government, are so against us. And I think that's why this was brought to my attention. I don't know what God wants me to do. I don't know. But all this stuff is coming out, and it's coming out, and it's making me do research. It's making me wonder. Women are in danger with this president. We are all in danger the most, women and children and elderly. What am I supposed to do? What am I doing here? Why am I the one to have to... Why is all this stuff making me overthink? That's what's making me overthink about the government, about what's going on, and about what's in the Bible and other religious texts in regards to women. I don't know. There's just so much. There's so much. And then next, the water in the town. I need to stand up for myself. Some people want me to keep quiet because there could be retaliation towards me. But like I said, you guys, and these people, I don't know, what are they going to do? Are they going to damage my house if I stand up for anyone in the community? Everybody here deserves clean water. It's above the level cancerous. Do they not? They want me to, it's like they want me to be silenced. Why wouldn't people stand up for their community? Everyone's telling, oh, they won't do anything. We've been doing it for years. They won't do anything. It's because you guys give up. God brought me to this town for a reason. God made me study religion for a reason. God made me do everything I'm doing for a reason. I just have to put it all together and figure out what that is. And I'm going to do that. So today seems like a very nice, good day, though. Even though we went out walking at 10, it's because it's kind of cloudy. It felt like it was real early even. So, but the town is dead because everybody probably is sleeping in late. So, but that's all I have, you know. I'm going to go ahead and, I found another cool exercise that I'm going to incorporate. I don't know, because I have to figure out how. It's a good exercise. It's good for the core strength. I need to work on my core strength. I have a big gut. Like, it never shrunk. But that is also attributed to the stress in my life. Like, women who have a lot of stress and anxiety and all that tend to have a lot of belly fat, and that can lead to heart attack or stroke, COPD, whatever. So that's also why I have to keep it down. I was supposed to have some of it removed by the VA, but I got scared with the procedure. And I'm kind of thinking that, I shouldn't be doing anything like that to my body. But then I think, well, I have tattoos, so I don't know. But for now, I do know that I've already lost approximately 15 pounds, maybe more, because I don't have a scale, but I have my belt loops. Maybe more, who knows? But I'm just going to keep with it. Unless, let me see. Because I have my workout book right here, day 1, day 2, day 3, and I put down what I'm doing. Even though I don't know the name of the exercises of some of them I'm doing, I try to draw a little picture. So right now I'm on day 13. I did take a day off. Where was it? Day 7. So I would do it for, okay, where is it? So I started on day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be like a Sunday, I guess. I don't know. But so every 7th day is off. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, today would be my day off. Okay. You have to have a day off, I think. I already did 7 days. So today is my day off. So I'll put in my book, day off. Day off. Day 13 or day 14. And that's it. But I mean, I may not do the yoga and the stretching. Well, I'll probably do the stretching. I like stretching. It feels good. But I'll probably just go on that machine. Probably just go on that machine right there and watch something. Definitely go to the park. Do a reading. So it's a day off from workout. This morning, though, I already did the walk and I did the push-ups. No matter if it's day off or not and I walk the dogs, I'll probably always do the push-ups. Because it's easy and it's right there and that's where the benches are that I can do that. So, anyways, that's all I have for you guys. If anybody watches this, tell me what you think about what I said about the Book of Thomas thing. Tell me what you think about that. All you women out there who watch me, tell me if you think my concept sounds okay. Because that's what I think it is. It's the Book of Thomas is for women to teach us to stand strong against the men who, try to put their foots on our necks, who try to hold us back, who try to control us. I think that's what it is. And it's not a gay or lesbian thing. It's just a straight woman thing. Because I am straight 100%. I love men. I love masculine. I just might look a little tomboyish, but I have dogs I'm not going to put on makeup and dress for a dog walk, unless it's a sundress and I'm walking in the beach or something. But anyways, yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I think I'll make a short of a little quick explanation. I don't know. I have to figure that out because I want it to sound nice and I don't want to sound too strange, I guess. I don't know. But that's all I have. I'm on a Sacred Geometry Universe video journal diary for July 5th, 2025, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.